Most people believe that treatment creates recovery, and sometimes it does. They feel improvement, less pain, more movement, clearer thinking. It feels promising, like something finally worked. But then something unexpected happens. The improvement stops or fades. Not always immediately, but gradually and quietly. And that creates confusion. If the treatment worked, why didn't it last? Was the treatment wrong? Was the diagnosis wrong? Or worse, is recovery just unreliable? And this is where most people lose clarity, because the treatment did create change, but change alone doesn't create reliability. And reliability is what the nerve system cares about most. Your nerve system is not designed to chase improvement. It's designed to maintain stability. Stability is its primary objective, even when stability is inefficient, even when stability includes pain, even when stability limits performance. Because predictable is safer than unpredictable. It's not a flaw. This is protection. And when treatment creates improvement, the nerve system notices. It recognizes a different option exists, but recognition alone isn't enough. That realization must be reinforced. And reinforcement is what tells the system, hey, this is the new normal, not the exception, not temporary, reliable. And without reinforcement, the nerve system just returns to its familiar patterns. Not because the improvement failed, because familiar patterns require less adaptation, less energy, less uncertainty. And this is why temporary improvement is common. Reliable recovery is less common, not because recovery is unavailable, but because the reinforcement was incomplete. Think about learning any new skill. One repetition creates awareness. Repeated repetition creates reliability, and eventually that new skill becomes automatic, effortless, predictable. Your nerve system works exactly the same way. It adapts to what repeats, not what happens one time. Treatment creates opportunity, but it's reinforcement that creates stability. And this distinction explains everything. When reinforcement improves, the nerve system stops reverting to protection. It stops prioritizing old patterns and begins prioritizing more efficient ones. Movement improves more consistently. Energy becomes more reliable. Recovery stops feeling temporary. And this is when most patients notice a profound shift, and maybe not a dramatic change, but a reliable change. They stop wondering if improvement will last, because it does. And this is the difference between correction and reinforcement. Correction induces a change, but reinforcement makes that change reliable. And most people have experienced correction. Fewer people have experienced reinforcement. This is why recovery often feels unpredictable. When reinforcement becomes sufficient, the system stabilizes. It stops searching for protection. It begins maintaining efficiency. And this is when recovery becomes predictable. Not fragile, not temporary, reliable. This is also when confidence returns, not confidence in treatment, confidence in their system, because the system no longer depends on constant intervention to maintain improvement. It maintains improvement on its own, and that's the goal, not temporary change, reliable function. Treatment creates possibility. Reinforcement creates permanence. When reinforcement improves, recovery stops being temporary and starts being reliable. Not because the system was forced, but because the system adapted. And once adaptation becomes reliable, recovery becomes predictable again. That's when everything changes.